Amrita School of Business. Set in a lush green 300-acre campus, 18 kilometers of the bustling city of Coimbatore. Started as Amrita Institute of Management in 1997 with a modest batch of 16 students. Today, reckoned amongst the top 30 business schools on the national ratings. 18 full-time faculty, 2/3 are PhDs, many from premier international universities.
Hello corporate India, this is Somanath, Dean of Amrita School of Business. At the Amrita School of Business, we offer a rigorous 2-year pedagogy spread across 5 majors: marketing, finance, operations, systems, and human resources. Here we deliver a learning that interweaves a rich and unique value proposition along with academic competencies. As you search for business graduates, may I encourage you to consider our students who are committed individuals of outstanding attitude. I invite you now to listen to a few of my colleagues.
Empowered by knowledge, enriched by values.
Our legacy is to serve mankind and nature with love, trust, tolerance, and humility. We strive to live by these values, and our students pick them up naturally, unconsciously, and almost effortlessly.
Before joining ASB, I was an international development consultant for 10 years in different countries, including Vietnam, Madagascar, and Laos. Working in multicultural teams in these countries has, I feel, really enriched my teaching here at ASB, as teamwork and multicultural sensitivity are so important for today's managers.
Empowered by knowledge, enriched by values. There are 2 types of education: education for a living and education for life. The former is assimilated in the classrooms, the latter is imbibed from the environs. With a great faculty and a holistic ambience, Amrita students get the best of both. Empowered by knowledge, enriched by values, Amrita students today decorate middle and upper middle management slots in various prestigious corporate. The institute enjoys 100% placement for the last 3 consecutive batches. A new batch, raring to succeed, is now waiting in the wings. Batch 2007. Onward to Amrita's Placement Secretariat, where we map individual skill sets to customized requirements.
Every batch brings in a pleasant diversity to the classroom. Our batch 2007 has its own diversity in terms of geography, in terms of pre-B school academics and work experience. We are delighted to showcase a random sample of our final year students to you. Students with a keen business acumen and a true go-getter attitude.
Listen to a few of our students talking about their exposure on real-life business situations.
The initial project screening, project documentation, assessment of state government, corporation or department, a technical close and a financial close.
This is the short-term loan, longer than the long-term loan. Textile sector in India requires the greatest amount of working capital financing.
A perfect coordination between how it has to work across in a supply chain to deliver to the customers the product at the right time, at the right moment, at the right place.
Now, a committee called Committee of Sponsoring Organizations has prescribed an internal controls framework, and it has also prescribed a series of steps for the compliance with this section 4 of.
The term product concept is the biggest mathematical phantom on the earth. Dr. Goldratt's theory of constraints redefines and replaces this cost concept with global operational measures.
And as an integrated data warehousing is very difficult to implement in all scale organizations, so data marts are being implemented, which is actually a departmentalization of the data warehouse.
Well, now that we have seen much about portfolio management services, now let's have a look at the sales tools that we have developed for it. The first tool is multibagger. This shows the expertise of the company in choosing those rare stock that multiply 6 to 8 times in a given short span of time. The second tool is diversified portfolio. Here, risk hedging takes place by diversifying the stocks across different sectors.
Is gaining increased importance mainly due to the fact that it is a powerful development and quite different from the traditional manager-subordinate agreements.
Why is it that these pirated and counterfeit medicines are extremely popular in China? It is basically because they have a very high demand in the Chinese market.
The GDP contribution by these retail stores is around 10%. The small retail business would go out of business if the FDI enters into the market, thus creating a huge unemployment inside India.
Now, the currency risk that arises here is hedged using a currency swap that is being provided by Morgan Stanley.
Empowered by knowledge, enriched by values.
It gives me immense pleasure to invite you and your organization to participate in Placement 2007. Let this be a mutually beneficial partnership. Our placement secretariat can be contacted at
Empowered by knowledge, enriched by values. Amrita.